Hey guys, this is Tommy's Creation,
And get more land.
and we are here from TBS to do a Let's Build landscape and show you how we landscape. And I'll show you the area we are landscaping. Here's the area we are landscaping. We
Mm-hmm.
have already preset it up with the pathway with some gravel, stone, cracked stone, and stone bricks, yeah. And this is in /Warp Hill Grove, which is our town.
Check it out.
So, yeah. We're going to try some new techniques. We're going to use some podzol, which is new, and that's a good material for mulch. I've got some world edit stuff we're going to do too, like with big trees. But basically, it's going to be let's build a quick little park
Mm-hmm.
to make your towns and places look even nicer than before.
So this is like if you have an empty space, or like we're doing right here, we have this little space where we can't really put a plot on, but we want to keep the natural river. So we're just gonna landscape this little park. So let's get started.
Okay. So I'm thinking a main sign right here for the park,
Mm-hmm.
and so we'll have tree slash tree big. So we'll have a tree on each side.
Right.
That's not a good tree.
That is not a good tree at all.
There's a better tree.
Much better.
And about right there.
So you want to use like a wood material for the sign?
Yeah, let's use the new dark wood. Dang it,
Dark
come
oak.
on. You're making me mad. Okay, you know what, we're just going to deal with that. No, that's just so lopsided.
We'll just go with that. It is, but sometimes imperfection is good. Okay, or not. Perfect.
Okay. So,
So like
most places actually will have a sign.
something like that.
And then,
Alright.
I don't know, we'll call this the Riverside Park. It's a pretty original name.
I know, right? I feel like it's very original. You always got to be original with your names. Especially with the traditional town.
Yes, traditional names for traditional towns. And then we're going to do a lot of bushes around here, and a cool
Right.
thing is spamming them actually is what I do. I'm pretty sure you'd probably do the same thing, get more kind of like, I mean, you have a general idea of where they're going, but it's more of like randomization, and
Randomized, yeah.
that makes it a little bit more
Oops.
natural.
Natural.
So around these, kind of to like frame off the thing, the sign, and I'm gonna get a beacon. Beacons are what we like to use more than glowstone.
Because sometimes because the beacon gives a very clean look, I would think. I think that.
Yeah, and that's
Just
where
very
the
clean.
sign will go right there. We'll work on the later, and then I'm gonna put bone meal right here. But we're actually gonna take the new flower. No, we don't want that though. We're gonna take the new flowers and put them in front. Maybe the tulips.
Ooh,
They're
ah.
smaller.
Maybe the red tulips. Those look
yeah.
nice.
And then I'll cover. Oh yeah, if you double hit with bone meal, it will actually make.
Tall grass.
Yes,
That's awesome.
I'm actually gonna destroy these yellow flowers because I
Good.
want it to be
Nobody
more
likes
clean.
yellow flowers be ratchet and nasty.
And
They're good for some instances, but for this park, let's give it a whole new look, whole new vibe.
yeah, we're gonna use a lot more of the new stuff just so you can experiment with it, and we can experiment with it to get more out of
Also,
it.
is Podzol like, can it be used like a grass material? Like, can you place stuff on it? Like plant trees on it, or what?
Actually, yes, you can, and that's why we're using podzol now because it looks like mulch or throw up or mulch.
Or throw up.
Yeah, so we're gonna use that too, in the area. So basically, you got this little front area.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just rounding it out a little bit,
It's
straight
very
grass.
inviting.
I'm filling in the background some of the too high bushes.
Right, because that'll give it a nice, like, heightened effect, like, you know.
So I need to find them. Probably the rose bush, and my favorite is the peony. I don't think I said that right, but
We're just gonna say it's right, because I love the rose bush, honestly.
the rose
Sometimes even the...
bush is very nice.
We
And
also
then
could use the double tall large fern. I have like an obsession with this one now.
And then
I
we'll
think it looks
have
really nice
the
next to the rose
peonies on
bush.
either side, kind of doing it like it's even. So here you have a very nice open, not open, it's not open, entryway. Now here's a thing that you can do with bush that might look even better than just plain oak bushes that we did.
Really?
So you can do
Tell
this
me.
by hand, but for the sake of time, I am going to do it with World Edit. That because I have the ability to do World Edit on the server. So,
Which
I
is
mean, just having normal bushes is fine, but if you do replace 18 with 18, 18 colon 1,
I'm ready
18
for this.
colon 2,
Oh lord.
and 18 colon, not 5, 3, it gives a wide
Hmm.
variety of the bushes that actually makes it look really, really
Natural.
nice. Actually, I would probably exclude uh,
The
jungle.
jungle. Yeah.
There we go. Birch and it just gives a different color variation that looks really nice.
I do like that. I do very much like that. Are we gonna put our sign out?
Yep. Do you want to do that, Gilmore? Put that
I
sign up.
do. What did we say the name of the park is? Riverside?
Yep.
Riverside Park. The cool thing is this is right behind a neighborhood. So it's also good for like developments. Who doesn't want to live behind a park?
Parks are what most people look for, especially if you're in a city. This isn't really a city town, but parks
However,
are still very nice.
hmm it is a very urbanized
Okay.
town.
Now you can do the same thing with the trees if you want to. For this instance, we're not going to do it because that'll be a little too much for this case. Maybe
hmm
along the outskirts of the river, we'll make some custom trees, and I'll do some smaller ones. So now we gotta find a way to close off this shrub because I want to have mowed grass right here for kids to play and have a picnic.
Right.
Gitmore, do you
Maybe
have any good
benches.
ideas for how to close off the
I was gonna say either dividing it by a different type of tree, like redwood trees would be nice, or a spruce tree. Or what are your ideas? Tell me your ideas.
I was thinking to separate the bone meal areas.
With like a mulch path or like a mulch area.
Like we're gonna have a mulch area, but like to separate this so we can have trimmed grass, but it doesn't interfere with the.
Oh yeah, I see what you're doing. I've rarely used pressure plates or like something like this in my builds, and I really should start using it.
Yeah, I use a
So it
little.
really is a
I
nice.
use a lot of pressure plates.
hmm
Okay, so then what you're gonna do is you're just gonna fill in the empty spaces with the grass because it's supposed to be overgrown.
hmm
Kind of, they've let it overgrown, which leaves us to a nice space right here that we're gonna turn into mowed grass.
Let's do it. So, what is your technique?
I like to do it by one. Now, there's one
I
thick or
one.
two thick. Which one do you think would be
I
better?
prefer one thick personally.
Yeah, and what kind of material? Clay or just
Um,
wool?
I use wool mostly,
Okay.
dark green wool.
Now I did that with World Edit, but it'll be the same thing without World Edit. You'll just have to.
Do it by hand, which is not a bad. Well, it's not a
It's not
daunting
that hard to do,
task.
but for this time and sake that we're doing this video, we will do it with World Edit. So just yep.
Here, how about you let me do this, and you
Okay.
go on to do something else.
Okay. So I said we
'Cause-
are going to use this podzol, and I really want to use it. So we're going to make a mulch area right here. Not exactly along the riverbed, but it's off to the side. And I'm feeling that it's gonna be um hmm, I think I'm gonna make it gonna leave one thick between each thing. So I'm gonna clean this out like this.
I'm just about done.
Nice. And I'm thinking that we're gonna have a pathway on the other side of this too to get closer to the river for those people if they want to swim. I don't know if they do, or if you actually do swim in
Fish.
rivers.
Fish. That's also a new thing in the new update. Lots more fish
Yes.
that I didn't even know about.
Podzol is great because it looks like mulch, and you could place plants on top of it. And what you're gonna do, and we're gonna use redwoods on the mulch. So I don't even know what the ID for Podzol is. Let me see. 1, 2, 3.
Let me look. We're gonna go to pod. It is 3:2.
3:2 with a space of 20. Now you could do this by hand, but
Just as easily.
yes. Should we have this raised up, or should we just leave it like this?
I feel like some parts should be raised and some parts should be flattened.
Yes. And I'm going to use the dark wood slabs, so I'm going to come over here as a barrier, because even though it's mulch, you should still have a barrier, because in real life, because I have mulch where I live, you should usually have a barrier, because if you don't have barriers, the mulch will actually wash away. And
Or
for
spill
this,
out.
yeah, or spill out. And in this instance, we don't want that, because the river is right here, and we don't want a mulchy river.
That would be very bad erosion.
And, yeah, that would be bad for the park. And I'm just going to make the land come out here more so that people can
Now that looks nice. Should I bone meal this area right here? Or should I just leave it how it is? This little patch? Or should I, like, take what we did here and transfer it into a smaller mean right here?
I think
on
what
both
we're going to
sides?
do is actually have a path going either side of the mulch. If you want to work on the path,
Randomized path, I can do that.
yeah, it's just carve it out and then fill with the materials that are right here.
Mhm.
I want to put a thing like that. Okay. So yeah, here's the podzol. And then also, like, just to give it variations, you could have different heights within the podzol.
Personally, I love that look.
Like this.
And also another thing with me creating this pathway by hand is that sometimes having it done by hand is a lot nicer than having it done with like Voxel or World Edit and all those like fancy little plugins. Sometimes just doing it by hand gives it a nice natural look. Even though it's a little more time consuming. A little more time consuming.
So there, the podzol's up, and on each thing I'm going to place a tree. So with my iron pickaxe, I'm going to pickaxe. I'm going to type /tree redwood. It is bound to the pickaxe, and I should be able to click, and a beautiful.
I think redwood trees are underused. Or the spruce trees are really underused. How's that?
That looks great. So just fill it in with the materials. I believe I did 98, 98:2, 1, and 13.
98, 98:2.
So as you can see here, we have the trees, and I want to put a podzol right there, because when you have a tree in dirt, it doesn't look good. So I usually put something in front of it, just because I don't, like, it looks better with it than without it.
Agreed.
So here's the redwood. I love the redwood trees. They're good corner pieces and ends. We use them. I use them a lot. I don't know if you do. And people don't. People usually just use the oak. And
Like spice it up.
yeah. So let me see. What kind of stuff should we use here? Do ferns work on podzol?
Let's
Yes,
try
they
it.
do.
They do, and it looks quite nice.
Yes, I'm gonna use different. We're gonna use different plants than what we used over there because it's a different different thing. Maybe a zir. I don't even know. Azir. Oh, yeah, that looks a white variance with the brown.
Maybe I don't know. I'm not even gonna.
Yeah, there's a lot more flowers, and so we get a lot more choice of what we want to do. And I'm feeling some red, so maybe let me see, what do we have to choose from? A red tulip. Use a red tulip, and maybe a allium. I don't know if I'm pronouncing these right.
Allium. Allium.
Allium.
Allium.
Flower names are just really confusing. Whoops, that
Thanks, Minecraft.
We're gonna have more tulips because in actual real life tulips can actually spread really fast and they grow basically almost year round, or at least most tulips do. I just know that tulips, my neighbors planted tulips and they're growing into our yard, so.
Those subdivision problems that I do not have. 'Cause I live in the middle of nowhere, fun fact.
That looks good.
It
And then I'm
does.
gonna put some grass in between because even though it is mulch, grass still gets through. I'm pretty sure we all know that and we all hate it because mulch isn't supposed to do that, but it does anyways.
Yeah.
Anything does. You could put anything down, even those tarps, and the grass is still growing through. Yet they don't grow where you want it to grow.
Mulch just does its thing. Or grass does.
Okay? That looks very nice.
I agree.
And
Now the
it's not
cats can urinate and defecate in this all they want.
defecate. I am gonna grab a beacon again, and beacons are really great to light up parks and shove it. Like, and it's also pretty well hidden too. And even if you do find it, it's pretty clean. So you get that. It's like the trees are glowing.
They are. They are glowing with love and affection and great landscape. And I think this side's about done. What are we going to do about this edge right here?
So with this edge, we are going to place custom trees I'm going to build
Oh,
very
you're
soon.
fancy.
So actually, what I'm going to do is stop the video for that because the custom trees will take a little while to do.
Mm-hmm.
And we will be right back with you.
All right.
2 hours later.
Okay guys, we are back. We did a little bit more than what we said we were going to do. So we'll just do a run through of what we did here. I put the tops on the spruce trees because that is a thing of mine. I don't like them like that. They gotta be like that.
I don't either.
I added these river trees, and usually with river trees they're multicolored. I don't know why. I like them multicolored. They're along the water. We bone mealed this area, and we added sunflowers along the edge, and they look nice by the riverside. We also added a gazebo by
Made by
Gitmore,
me.
and another podzol mulched area.
Which we
Very
showed you how
nice.
to do previously.
Yes.
So now, our final piece of informational video that we have for you is this final little strip of land in here. So Tommy, how would you do this? Tell me,
How
what would you
I
do
do
here?
this?
I feel like a wildflower garden or benches or a little park area. Oh yeah, it's also we also added a picnic basket.
Yes, oh yeah,
And
picnic things
picnics.
over here. Now over here, I would probably have it back to mowed grass, just
Mowed grass.
because. So get more. Wait, hang on. Let me, yeah. So
You got it, Bob.
you work on that, and I'm gonna add a little bit more to these right here. I'm actually gonna be working right here. I forgot to add some of these flowers before, the lilac and the blue orchid. So what I'm doing now is putting them over here, kind of more widely grown. They're also this is gonna be an area more of flowers because no one really comes over here, and they've let it grow out. Whoops.
Like a wildflower garden, essentially.
Yeah. And then after this, Getmore will be adding benches to the pathways, which will make it look even nicer.
All right.
Some more blue, a lot of red.
I love what you're doing over there.
Yes, I did this with the Baltimore estate as well, and you will get to see that in the future.
Still a big project. We just been kind of lazy. Shh, don't tell anybody.
It's gonna be coming out in hopefully January, so expect that.
Just lots and lots of furnishing. If you don't know what it is, look it up. You'll be amazed because it's pretty epic. Even though I'm actually helping build it. If you on the server and walk server, you actually can check it out.
Yeah, it's there. It's just not finished, and we're hoping on finishing it soon.
By the way, I looked at the landscaping you did for it. I loved it. I loved like the pathways.
Yeah, we'll do a probably video on that in the future about the
Hmm.
realistic landscaping. So now what I'm gonna
I
do is go back
also,
to some old style landscaping along the sand right here. Where I'm actually gonna put some sugar cane, kind of like
ooh, bringing back the hits, the classics of
the
early
walk.
Minecraft.
Yeah, the walk classics, and then
When sugarcane and wool blocks were used for everything. Good times.
it just makes it more like a watery feeling, and it makes sense since park is built by a river.
Also, we could do lily pads.
Yes, I actually do have lily pads in my inventory as well. We're not
I
gonna
read your mind.
spam them completely. That's a little too
Sometimes
much. But
that
maybe
looks poop. Oops. Your mowed grass is complete.
nice.
Wow. Stunning. But I love it behind the houses. It's just great. Oops.
So there's what we have so far.
I think we are
Now,
just about finished.
yeah. Normally I would put bushes here, but I like the feeling that it's not completely overgrown. I am actually gonna put some bushes along the fence here, just to give the fence a little bit more. Now these are just gonna stay as oak bushes. It's kind of like these bushes are here. They're not really in any specific way. They're just there to help cover up the mess of a fence.
Yes. So where would you like me to put the benches at? Along the pathway?
Yeah, along the pathway would be fantastic.
Gotcha. Great bench design, versatile, you use it for everything.
Very simple. I am actually gonna get a beacon. Let me get a beacon. Fly over here. Snag up that beacon, and I'm gonna put them in the bushes.
Thinking at all times. Love this little gazebo. So yeah, guys, if you are on the server and you want to check out this awesome, awesome masterpiece of a park that me and Tommy just embarked on, you can warp to Hillgrove, and you'll be right around here. Just go backwards from the spawn. You know what? I will put the coordinates in the description so anybody can TTPOS here. So finishing touches are...
Lampposts.
I love that.
No, I actually liked it the way it was before.
Me too.
Ooh,
Thank
so,
you for voting.
like this. It's like how many blocks is that from the 1, 2, 3, 4, 4?
4.
So 1, 2.
Symmetry is key.
And how tall is it?
It is. I'll count with world edit. 7 blocks tall.
And we're just gonna have them right here for the entrance.
Boom.
Yeah, here is the park.
Is
Let me
it
get an
done?
overview
It's
of it.
done.
You can see. It
Do a little
looks
fly through.
very nice. And I'm gonna come along the riverside here,
I love this Riverside personally.
and
My
it's
favorite part.
not too much, but it's not too little. Oh, what double lily pads? Don't avoid that. Oh no, avoid that. Avoid double placing stuff. I mean, if it's diagonal, you can get away with it, but don't like 2 flowers next to each other, 2 lily pads next to each other. It's kind of. I'm not actually.
You know. So that, guys, wraps up our Tutorial Thursday park.
Yep.
If you liked it, don't forget to give the video a like, and we would love it so dearly if you subscribed.
Yeah, thank you.